Today we are putting this Asecam budget auto tracking security camera to the test. I will thoroughly examine and test every main feature to determine if this could be the best budget friendly option for your home security needs. One thing is for sure, at the end of this video you will know if this is the right security camera for you. So what we got here is a 8 megapixel PTZ PoE camera with a 20 times optical zoom, and it is a bit confusing because it's advertised at 30x, but 10x is digital zoom. And according to the specs, it uses a 4.7 to 94mm lens, which is 20x. And the PTZ functions are activated using presets, and there is a whole list with all the presets in the user manual. And the main PTZ function I would say is the auto tracking, which is preset 80 to activate and 81 to turn it off. And I think the auto tracking worked okay, as long as the object didn't move too fast. It can only track humans, and if they walk in normal speed, the camera had no problem with tracking. However, when running or walking really fast, it can easily lose the target, because the camera is too slow and the auto zoom makes the viewing angle too small. You can, however, turn this off in the camera settings. Another PTZ function is cruise, which means the camera can automatically patrol between preset points that you have set up, and you can set how many seconds you want the camera to stay for on each preset point. And I think the image quality was good for a budget camera in this price range. It's not the best 4K I've seen, but good enough to identify someone or read license plates at 80 meters. Nighttime was decent as well, I would say, and it has infrared range up to 100 meters, which is quite impressive. Overall, not a bad camera for the price. Something that could be improved is the pan and tilt speed when auto tracking, which I think was too slow. Other than that, I had no problem with the camera. And the build quality also seems to be decent. The top part and the bracket is made of metal, while the rest of the camera is made of plastic. I also tested if the camera was waterproof by spraying some water on it for a while, and had no problem at all. So it should last for a while outdoors, even in rainy conditions. However, keep in mind that while it handled my test well, being out in harsh weather might still affect its performance over time. It's always a good idea to place the camera under some cover if possible. The size of the camera is quite small, and if we compare it to the other Asecam PTZ camera that I reviewed before, we can see it's a bit smaller. So at the moment when I make this video, the camera sells for $192 on AliExpress. And as always, it's full transparency on my channel. This camera was sent to me for a review. However, any opinions in this video are strictly my own, based on my experiences testing this camera out. And if you're interested in buying this camera, you will find my affiliate links in the video description below with the most updated prices. So the camera records in 4K 3840 by 2160 with a maximum of 20 frames per second, and it can pan 350 degrees and tilt 90 degrees, and it uses a 4.7 to 94mm lens, which gives us a 20x zoom. It also supports human and vehicle detection, which means the camera can tell the difference based on the shape of the object. And I think it worked fine. Remember, auto tracking can only track humans. And you can use the camera with an app called Video Link and get instant push notifications when motion is detected, which you can then view directly in the app from playback saved on the microSD card. And the camera supports up to 256GB microSD card. They also offer cloud service if that's something you want to use. You should be able to connect this camera to most brands' NVRs or software that supports OnVIF, and I tested the camera using OnVIF Device Manager, and it worked just fine controlling the PTZ functions. The camera comes with DHCP enabled, so you can just plug the camera into a network and it should work. And by typing the camera's IP address into a web browser, we can access the camera's web interface. The default username is admin and the password is 123456. In here we have access to all the camera settings. So up here we got live view, and we can also access playbacks. Here we can switch between the streams. If we click here, the PTZ control shows up, and this is where we call different presets depending on what we want the camera to do. For example, if I call preset 80, auto tracking is enabled, and whatever position the camera is at when you call is the home position. And to turn off auto tracking we call 81. Up here in configuration we got all the camera settings, and it's too much to go over one by one, so we just quickly show them to you, and if it's too fast you can always pause the video at any time. Okay, that's all the camera settings we have. Let's have a look at some recordings. This is at daytime recorded with the highest image quality in 4K at 20 frames per second. And here I test the PTZ using preset points. And here I test the auto tracking. And there the camera lost me. And this is how the cruise patrol looks like. And some nighttime recordings, also recorded with the highest image quality. Here I use preset points to move the camera. And some nighttime zoom. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.